In astrology, the planet does not give result alone. The results are shaped by many factors, and one of the important factor is their relative placement with respect to one another. It is essential to see in what position one planet is placed from another planet, because this reveals whether their energies are naturally supportive, neutral, or uncomfortable for each other. A favorable positional relationship allows the planets to cooperate and strengthen the flow of results, while an unfavorable positional relationship creates friction, imbalance, obstruction, or inner contradiction in the areas they influence. In Vedic astrology, this mutual positional relationship between the two planets or more than two planets is broadly understood under the principle of graha sambandha. Sambandha means relationship and graha means planet. So how the planets are placed with each other. They create a mutual relationship between each other by their placement. One of the important form of this placement is known as conjunction. And in Vedic astrology, this is known as Yuti. Yuti means the conjunction of two planets. And conjunction means the planets are very much close to each other. Like in this video, in this picture, Jupiter and Mars are together in one house. It means that energy of Jupiter and energy of Mars both are exchanging. This is formed when two planets are very much close to each other. Usually they are in the same house. Their energies get mixed. They modify each other and to an extent exchange their qualities also. This is why conjunction is always powerful. If the planets are mutually supportive, strong, and well placed, the conjunction can become constructive and highly productive. If the planets are hostile, weak, afflicted, combust, or naturally contradictory in temperament, the conjunction can create confusion or inner conflict, excess or distortion in the signification of both planets. So conjunction is not automatically benefic or malefic. It intensifies the joint action of the two planets, and the result depends on which planets are joined and how close they are. That is very much important. If they are very much close, so it means that they are sharing their energies at a very high intensity. And also in the house where they are conjunct, what are the dignities? What is their lordship to the houses where they rule? So all these factors are taken into consideration when we are talking about conjunctions. And the next is opposition. Opposition means the planets are opposite to each other, just like in sun and moon. They are opposite to each other in the house. This is Samsaptak in Vedic astrology. And Samsaptak is 1/7 relationship. 1/7 relationship means one planet is in the seventh position from the other planet. For example, here, Sun and Moon, Jupiter and Venus. If you count the houses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Moon is placed 7 to Sun. And now if we count from Moon, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then Sun is the seventh from the Moon. So this position becomes 1/7 position in the chart. And this is known as opposition, means they are 180 degrees apart from each other. So this relationship of Samsaptak or opposition, Western term is opposition. So this is formed here. And this their energy becomes highly visible to each other. They are highly reactive. And opposition often creates tension, confrontation, polarity. One planet pulls in one direction while the other planet pulls in another direction, because this is considered challenging. It can create external opposition, internal division, or repeated situations where adjustment is necessary. At the same time, it can also produce awareness, maturity, and balance when handled properly. Because the two planets cannot ignore each other and are forced into direct inter. And now the third one is Trikona Sambandha, that is trine. Trine means 5-9 to each other. The position in the birth chart is 5-9 to each other. For example, Sun is in the center, and if we count 5 from the Sun, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then this house becomes the fifth house. So Jupiter is placed fifth to Sun. But now we are proceeding ahead, counting from Jupiter to Sun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Sun is ninth to Jupiter. So this is 5 and ninth position to each other. This is the trine. Trine is very highly favorable, and it is has to be the best auspicious relationship in Vedic astrology, in Western also. So this relationship is formed when both planets are 5 and 9 to each other. This is known as Trikona, Dharma, blessing, intelligence, merit, support, and natural alignment. When two planets are related through Trikona, they usually help one another and allow results to unfold more smoothly. This is why trinal relationships are considered benefic. The two planets tend to cooperate rather than disturbing each other. Their significations strengthen each other, and they often produce talent, grace, protection, and favorable development in the matters they govern. Now, the next position is sextile in Western astrology, and in Vedic astrology, it is known as Tritiya-Ekadasha Sambandha, means 311 axis. Here, in this position, if we count Sun to Mars, 1, 2, 3, and from Mars to Sun, you will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is the 311 position in Hindi, and in Vedic astrology. We say that this relationship is generally supportive. This is also an auspicious position, though not as naturally graceful as Trikona. It is formed through positions that connect effort with gain, courage with result, and skill with achievement. In practical interpretation, this relationship helps planets to cooperate in a productive and functional way. It is considered helpful because it supports initiative, enterprise, communication, improvement, fulfillment of desires, and practical progress. The planets do not melt into each other as in conjunction, nor they do clash openly as in opposition. Instead, they support action and output. So this is also a favorable relationship. Now the next is Kendra position, that is known as to be the square in Western astrology. The square position is exactly the 410 position. Now here in this slide, we see that Mars and Venus are square to each other. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we count Mars from the Venus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then Mars becomes 10th from Venus. So this position is known as 410 axis. Let us see on another slide also. Now here, the 410 axis can be seen in dark blue lines. Sun and Mars are 410 to each other. We count Mars from the Sun 1, 2, 3, 4. And Sun from the Mars 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Similarly, if we count from Jupiter to Saturn 1, 2, 3, 4. And from Saturn to Jupiter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it forms 410 axes to each other. This axis is a square aspect. This is also known as the placement 410 to each other, which gives us conflicts. Mostly it is conflict. These are angular positions and they are very powerful. However, they are not always smooth. Square-like relationship create tension, movement, pressure, and the need to act. The two planets are both strong in their expression, but they often push in different directions. That is why this relationship is considered as tense or difficult. It is not weak at all. In fact, it can produce strong events and major developments, but it usually does so through effort, conflict of priorities, or the need to resolve competing demands. So, this relationship activates life strongly, but it does not usually bring ease. Now, the next is the aspect which is usually not taken into Western astrology, that is the Dwir 212 placement to each other. When we see in this figure, Mars is placed second to Rahu, and Rahu is placed 12th to Mars. So if we count Mars to Rahu, 1, 2, and from Rahu to Mars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This position is exactly the position of semi-sextile position in Western astrology. And this position is the position of expenditure. This is because the 12th house is the house of loss, losing something, expenditure, withdrawal. Because of these two planets placed into 12 to each other, they often do not support each other fully. The connection may produce subtle discomfort, mismatch of priorities, drain of resources, unequal give and take, or low grade tension that remains in the background. It is not usually as harsh as a 6-8 relationship. We are going to discuss it in the next. But it is also not naturally flowing. Therefore, it is generally treated as mildly difficult or uncomfortable rather than openly destructive. Now, another is 6-8, which is Quincunx or Shadashtaka. Now, in this, the Quincunx position is Mercury's sun to moon. Let us see in another slide if it is more clear. In this position, you can see Mars is placed sixth to Jupiter. Let us see the counter houses now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Jupiter from Moon is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they are placed 6 and 8 to each other. This is Shadashtaka. And to make it more clear, let us see in this slide again. Mars and Ketu are placed Shadashtaka to each other. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this position is Shadashtaka to each other, and this position is often as a very troublesome, difficult position. It is formed through houses connected with conflict, disease, debt, vulnerability, obstacles, sudden disturbances, and transformation through strain. Because of this, the two planets do not work comfortably with each other. They tend to disturb, irritate, weaken, or force correction upon one another. This relationship often shows incompatibility, hidden tension, repeated adjustment, and irregular expression of results. It is therefore treated as a malefic one. I will rather say that it is treated as the most malefic one because the natural cooperation between the planet is reduced and the connection often works through stress, imbalance, and karmic discomfort. So each positional relationship has its own interpretive role. Conjunction or Yuti joins and intensifies. Samsaptak confronts and balances through tension. Trikona supports and blesses, helps through effort and brain. The Kendra or square-like relationship activates through tension and strong movement. Dwirdwadasha creates imbalance and subtle drain. Shadashtaka creates incompatibility, friction, or forced adjustment. This is why the relative placement of planets become an important interpretive factor in understanding whether the planetary energies will cooperate, modify each other constructively, obstruct each other, or create mixed results. For a more accurate judgment, the degrees of the two planets should also be carefully examined. When two planets are close in degrees, their mutual influence becomes much stronger, more immediate, and more noticeable in practical life. If they fall within the effective degree contact, they begin to act upon each other with far greater force. As the degree gap between them increases, the intensity of that direct influence gradually reduces. However, even when the degree distance is wider, the positional relationship by sign or house still remains valid and continues to operate. In such cases, the effect may not be as sharp or concentrated, but the relationship still gives results according to the type of position the two planets hold from each other. Therefore, both factors must always be judged together. The house or sign relationship shows the nature of the connection, while the closeness of the degrees shows the strength and immediacy of that connection.